welcome back to Self-Care Sunday. Today's going to be a little bit different because I am going to kind of talk about a video that was already recorded a while ago. So I'm going to be jumping from this conversation straight into that video. The video is a Fibroblast plasma pen and I used it on my hand. So a lot of people are getting the mole pens from Amazon and using them as a plasma fibroblast treatment. And I wanted to try it out because clearly this is a lot cheaper than this. And that was for a little thumbnail there. So this one is about, I think I paid like $30 or something like that. I know you can get them cheaper, but I got one of the more expensive ones because I really wanted to give it a shot. So if you open it up, it looks like this. It comes with a little charger. It has, you can hear it's, shaking around in there. It has a tip like this that comes with it. And then it has a bunch of these longer, they're very hard to see in there, but longer. Excuse my nails. Clearly I took off the nails that I put on before because they had grown out too far and I did them too thick to be able to fill them. So I'll make another video. But back to this. So that is what that pen looks like and what this came in. I will link it down below because if you actually wanted to use this for its purpose, which is a mole removing pen, I've seen it work many a times. But if you're trying to do the plasma fibroblast treatment and you think that you can get away with a cheaper option, my video is going to show you why that's a horrible, horrible idea. So I did order the maglev and I haven't even opened this box yet. This is exactly, I took it off of like the cellophane wrap, but I haven't even opened it. Let me see. Okay, so right away, huge difference. Here's the manual for it. And it has, again, it has another tip like that, similar to the other one. And it's got these three right here that are the longer, skinnier ones. Let's take this out. So those all connect into the end there, and this is the part that you click to make it go. I'll have to read up on it. We're not using this today, but I wanted to show you that I do have it because this is going to be next week's video. I'm not doing it on my face yet, but I will use this on my other hand, which you'll see the video coming up is on my left hand with the plasma, or not the plasma, I'm sorry, with the mole pen. And the next week, I'll do this with my right hand so that when they heal, I can have a good comparison to really show you the difference. And of course, we're assuming that this is going to actually be a real plasma pen because we know that there's a lot of knockoffs on the market. I did pay quite a bit of money for this. I think it was about $300. So I'm hoping that it's not a knockoff. But we'll find out next week because I'm literally not going to take anything else out of this package until then. And that way you get the first reactions, you get whether or not I think it's real or going to work. But anyway, it's all besides the point. Okay, fibroblasts are collagen and protein producing cells in the layer just below the surface of your skin. And that layer is called the dermis. So fibroblasts help heal wounds and micro injuries on the skin and produce more collagen and protein that help maintain the skin's tightness and firmness and just keep it held together. So a plasma fibroblast pen is a device that creates a microcurrent between the pen and your skin. So there's an arc of electricity. And the Fibroblast pen doesn't touch your skin. So you'll know that it's an actual pen if you hold it away from your skin and you see that microcurrent go from the tip of the pen onto your skin and create that that injury or, you know, that hole in the surface of your skin. And so I've heard back and forth that if the pen touches your skin, it should turn off. I've also heard that if it touches your skin, it will just burn. So I guess I need to be more aware of how far the pen is away from my skin. But I know that you need to kind of get close, because obviously you need to create that electrical channel. So yeah, it releases a targeted current above the skin, and that hot current creates a small wound or a micro injury on the skin. Sorry, I have a little paper over here because I have a horrible memory, but it breaks down the proteins in the skin and causes the tissue to regenerate and stimulate fibroblast activity, causing the tissue to contract and tighten, giving you that firmer, tighter appearance. So it is non-surgical. It is used to treat acne scars, fine lines and wrinkling, the crepey skin on your eyelids. You can use it for face contouring, which would be like a lip flip. So if you did the upper part of your lip here, it would kind of flip your lip up because it would tighten the skin between your bridge of your nose and here, and it would kind of like plump it up a little bit. You can use it on your neck, the crepiness in your neck if you have like those wrinkles or if you've lost some weight. This is a really good treatment for that. So once the procedure is done, it takes about 7 to 10 days for it to scab up and those scabs to naturally fall off. You don't want to rub them off or you don't want them to come off unnaturally, because that would create hyper or hypopigmentation, which is either a darkening of the skin or a lightening of the skin. And those are both really hard to treat once they've happened, especially while the skin is repairing. It's different from, you know, sun damage or anything like that, which this can treat sun damage as well. My goodness. But the fibroblast activity can be produced for up to a year after the initial treatment. But normally you want to give it about 6 weeks before you really do anything major to your skin again. And then you also want to probably wait about 3 months to see final results from that first treatment. Some people get great results from 1 treatment, and other people need to do 3 to 6 treatments. It just depends on what you're going for and how you heal, basically. There's so many different variations with each of our body's reactions to all of that everybody's going to have a different reaction. This is not for dark tone skin. It is for Fitzpatrick, I think 1 to 3. 3 might even be pushing it, but you really need to have fair skin for you not to have that I think it's hypopigmentation. I get the two confused. I think hyper is the darkening, but hypo is the lightening, if I'm correct. If I'm not, comment down below so that we can get the correct for everybody. But there is a few people that this treatment is not recommended or good for. If you're breastfeeding, if you're pregnant, there's not really been any studies done on how that's going to react with your body. If your body's trying to fight off or heal whatever this is going on, how that's going to affect your pregnancy, or if you possibly get an infection or something from the treatment itself. You just don't want to put yourself in any more danger than you have to while you're pregnant or breastfeeding. If you have an allergy, obviously, to any of the topical stuff that you're going to be putting on, like the numbing cream or anything like that, I have lidocaine, which apparently, as we've seen and we will see in this video, that lidocaine doesn't really work that well for me, so I might need to look for another one. Also, if you're using like a Retin-A or a tretinoin, I don't know how to say it. But anyway, if you're using one of those wrinkle creams or treatments regularly to help clear acne or to help resurface your skin, you definitely don't want to be doing this treatment. I would probably wait at least 6 weeks to 3 months after stopping that treatment before giving this a try. I keep flashing my note card. But anyway, you know, I would talk to your doctor about it first if that was something that you were interested in doing, because being on the Retin-A cream and then doing something like this could drastically damage your skin. Again, and that's going to be in the form of the hyper or hypopigmentation. You're going to have a much different healing result than someone who's not on one of those medications. So I did this hand here. So I did my left hand before, and you could see these spots in here. These were not here before. I believe that that is caused by the treatment that I did. And I think this larger spot here was kind of there before, but it is definitely darker now. So I don't see any, you can still see that it's still crepey. I did just put lotion on because it was like super dry, but you can see that it's still, you know, it still has the crepey texture. It's still, you know, I have grandma hands, let's just be honest, but it's still not what I would have wanted. This is my other hand, and yes, I do still have, you know, age spots and sun damage and stuff like that, but it's almost like this hand is less crepey, and there's definitely a different color to it. You'll see kind of like this area here is redder, and this one isn't as red or dark pigmented. So that is also from the treatment, and that is with the mole pen. So all of those reasons is why I do not recommend using a mole pen in place of a plasma fibroblast, because it is not the same. This is a mole pen. This is not a plasma fibroblast pen. You do need to touch your skin in order for the burning or current to take place. So basically, this is just burning your skin. Take a lighter, light it, touch it to your skin. Light a needle on fire, touch it. This is the exact same thing. So, yeah, I don't recommend this for anything other than its purpose, which is a mole remover pen. It will remove moles. In case I wasn't clear about that, not fibroblast plasma. But let's jump into the video. First, you're gonna see a few photos of my hand prior to the treatment, and then it was like one of my first videos I filmed, and this was like a year ago, like almost exactly a year ago. So this is the result after a year of healing. And so yeah, it's a very rough video, and I chopped a lot of parts out that weren't really necessary or that I was going over just now rather than repeating myself. I'd rather put it here in much better context than what I had before. Also, following that treatment, I let it air dry, so I didn't put any creams on it. I didn't put any lotions, or I put nothing on it. It was a dry healing process because you want the scabs to scab up and heal on their own. If you add cream or something to it, it moistens the area, which makes it easier for the scabs to fall off, but it also makes them harder to continue forming, because when the skin is dry, it's trying to like push that scab together and get it off. If you moisturize it, the scab has no reason to kind of like do this. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but this is, you know, what you want to happen. You want the scab to close up and then fall off. But let's jump into that video. And I apologize if this is way too much talking, but next week we will have the reveal of the maglev, and I'm hoping that this is real, because you never know. I don't know if you guys have done this before. I feel like maybe I don't put enough numbing cream on. Or maybe I just don't. maybe lidocaine's not my cup of tea. If I can't have lidocaine, I don't know what other stuff there is. Okay. Let's wipe that off. Hear that? There's like something shaking around inside there. Okay, so let's see. Obviously my hand looks all moisturized because I just like covered it forever and stuff, but let's see over here. Let's see, so it isn't so bad. I don't know if you could tell where I did it. I think I need to go get my eyes checked because I cannot see anything. I can't even see my camera. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. It's like your skin gets stuck on the end of it. Yeah, so my hand, I did feel like it was more numb than my leg. Like when I was wiping off the numbing cream, like I could feel that like this feels numb, like when you go to the dentist and you rub your cheek, like that's what it feels like. However, I could still feel all this burning. Little part going. Yes?
I'm trying to keep my friends out, but because it's taking so hard.
What is?
I don't know where to put my friends.
Oh, like you can't get her? What do you mean?
I'll show you. Come for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. How I'm gonna get this done on my face, because even with numb, like there's certain spots where I can't feel it, and then other ones it's like, ah. Whew. That one got me. Like you could see, like when I wipe the tip off. Okay. So there's my little patch. It does not, like when I hold my hand out, it's not like, oh, that's much tighter right there. So, I don't know. Ugh. Oh, it smells awful. I think I like missed a spot in there. I'm trying to just go fast. Yeah, I think I messed up like right in here with my pattern. Oh, that hurt. Okay, so I don't know if you can really see that. There's what I have so far. Okay. I will say that the people that are doing this like all over their neck and stuff, that's gonna take a really long time. I guess once you get on a roll though, it's not so bad. I mean, if you're, I should have shaved my hand first. If your numbing is good, I guess it's, I wonder if I'm burning my hair and not my skin. No, I have to be burning my skin because it hurts like shit. Okay. Keep going. Whew, that hurt. I want to go back and get them better, but see, like that's a hair. How? Okay. Alright, so I don't really recommend these alcohol pads anymore because I think it dries out really quick. I think if I had my pads with my actual alcohol out, it would be easier. Oh, we gotta hold the button. I don't know why it's feeling weird over here. Oh god, the stink. Ow. Okay. So I got this off Amazon. Obviously it is not the Premier, it is not like the super expensive fancy ones. This is the mole removing pen, and I'm not willing to try it on my face without first trying it on a part of my body that I don't really care about scarring. I mean, I care, but I feel like I can fix my hand faster than I can fix my face. So if I'm being honest, I do not see a difference at all when I'm like holding my hand out. Like you could, the crepiness is still across everywhere. It's not like it's tightened up where I burned. Okay, I'm gonna stop because my numbing is not really working, but there is my... Just kidding. I almost forgot to update you on last week's microneedling session. So upon further research, I did find out that the depth that I went to, which was the 0.25 millimeter, the lowest possible depth, is actually a much lighter procedure, obviously, than the 2.5. So the 0.25 millimeter you could do every other day. So I could easily go back and do another treatment right now if I wanted to. And I might do that in a couple of days. If I do, I'll record it because I do want to go a little bit deeper. So after that session, my face was kind of blotchy red all over the place. I do have sensitive skin, so to me that wasn't any surprise. My T-zone is very oily, and my cheeks and my chin area around here are normally very, very dry. Like to the point where my skin here is flaking and my skin here is like, looks like a landing strip. I don't know. That was gross. Anyway, it's terrible. But afterwards, I did notice that it was more even throughout. Like my cheeks had like a nice feel to them. They weren't super dry, and you could just tell that something had been done. My T-zone was much less oily, and within a few days, it did kind of go back to normal, but I also think that part of that was I was starting to flake from the actual treatment itself. So that is a possibility, although maybe not. I will never really know, but I do think that it has a little something to do with it. I did on my forehead get cystic acne, which I was totally not expecting. I hadn't really heard anybody else get it before, but they stayed underneath the skin. They never came forward and came out. I don't know if it's a scenario where like when you start, you know, Accutane or proactive where they say it'll get worse before it gets better. Perhaps that's what's going on, but they were very small. They weren't super painful because I have had horribly painful cystic acne before, and it wasn't really the same thing. It was, you know, I had like 5 on my forehead, which is a lot, but you couldn't tell. They weren't raised, they weren't red. I could only feel them as I touched my skin and felt the bump underneath my skin, like under the surface, or you know, when I moved, you could kind of feel when there's something amiss. So that was a negative about it. They are gone now. So they didn't last very long, which I appreciated. But yes, I did like the treatment overall. I do feel like it was beneficial, and I will definitely continue to do it. Like I said, I'm gonna do the neck and chest with my next treatment and see how that goes. I do have a lot of freckles and sunspots and stuff in here, and I'm just normally very, you could see, I just did this and you could see the lines and stuff. So we'll see how that part goes. But yeah, so I do definitely recommend the microneedling. If you'd like to go get it done at the spa or the salon first, obviously you do you, but I just don't see myself paying $300 for a single treatment that I can do at home by myself, which is exactly what my friend's doing next week, and she is in fact paying $300 for a single treatment. I'm sure that she'll go deeper and have different results than I did, but because I own everything, I have the option to do it as many times as I like and do it as less invasively. So like, she's gonna jump right in and go straight to probably a 2.5, where I would like to work myself into that. I don't want to traumatize my skin any more than I already am. So yeah, I definitely recommend all that. If you want to see that video, I'll link it above wherever it links here. But yeah, definitely go check it out. I will be making another one soon because I feel like I was so nervous filming that one because it was my first time, that it was just kind of like all over the place. I would have liked to have done a better job explaining things and just overall better. But now that I've done it, the next time will definitely be a different experience for everyone. So thank you.